All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Alex,
Hello, my name is Mariela.
and we are recording from our homes here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, up north. And yeah, today we're going to start by pulling some cards. And I pulled one before we began for today. And I don't know, how do you see this, Mariela?
It's the right way. I can read it. It says
Okay.
birthing a new age.
Yes. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. I was like, what? Because I was just listening to, as I told Mariella, I was just listening to Lee Harris's energy broadcast. And of course, he's all about kind of what's coming in that's new in terms of vision and our creativity and our own path. I haven't finished it, so I don't know the full thing, but I know Mariella has. So anyway,
Yeah,
so I feel like that was perfect for this session, for this recording.
yeah, I follow him too. And of course, there's many changes coming to the earth and the energies and frequencies. So it's a really good card because we are birthing to something new, and I'm excited to see what it is.
Yeah. And while you pull, did you pull your card already? Oh,
You want to see it? So I love these cards that are called Blessed Be. They always tell me what's the theme for the whole reading if I'm doing a reading.
Oh,
And so this one, it's 29, a blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided.
oh God. Okay. Ugh. Thank you for sharing, Mariella.
So
Next.
it goes together with your card.
It totally does. It totally does. Yeah. Let me read.
Let, let
Often
me
our
see
path
what it
is
says here.
exactly the one we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what
Oh,
is
interesting.
rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that is most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now, we are in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to arise, like driving into a fog and trusting the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities in ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You're a part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history preparing for this exact time, dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Ascensus, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from the past. It's time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. Woo! Bam!
Exactly that.
2020. 2020 vision. Clear.
Yeah, because you know that what is I think it's Jupiter and Pluto that are crossing paths, aligning
Mm-hmm.
at the end of this year with Saturn too,
Well,
right?
well, Jupiter has been in retrograde and it's about to go, is it called stationary, or it's about to go
Yeah, stationary
regular? And that's going to create, in a good way. It's
expansion. Yeah.
yeah. Can't
And
wait.
these happens every like around 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering the other day what happened 1,000 years ago that was big as well, but I have no idea. I'll have to Google it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, think of the ages of the past. It's crazy. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that happens. I believe it starts to go regular in at the end of September. So we'll start to feel
I know. Yeah.
that. Okay,
Yeah, and Mars coming retrograde.
so
So, talking about that, um, okay. So, a blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. Battles in our lives are not always the way we have seen them depicted. They may not be a fight, or a confrontation, or the clash of swords swinging. Most of us do not want the battle. We want the peace and to talk and parlay our way through the differences and difficulties within our lives. Many times we may walk away knowing that the battle will bring more damage than we can face. And at other times we must walk through the fires of confrontation, go into a battle we did not want, but which can no longer be avoided. So this is a blessing on those who are to face a battle they wish was not theirs to fight, but it has become clear that they have no choice but to confront, to bring out their arms and to fight. It may be with the law, it may be with wits, it may be through speaking your truth, and it may be by first refusing to accept what another has determined is enough for you. It may be with a challenge or a condition or an injustice or a cruelty. You are a soul who will no longer run from what stands between you and the rest of your beautiful life. Exciting.
both of our cards are like, are this time, right? Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it is coming. You cannot run away.
Uh-huh. That's so
Wherever
crazy.
you are, wherever you are.
Do you know what battle you're facing?
My battle right now,
Do you know,
I
or you
feel
haven't fully?
I not really. I know my usual battles, right? My normal battles. And I feel I'm like just suspended in there right now. Like they were saying, Mars will become retrograde on September 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And today I think it's the 6th,
Today's the 8th.
the 8th. Okay. So yeah, I feel like I'm in between, right? And this calm and peace before everything just happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people will be angry. I know that I will get angry.
Mm-hmm. And Mariella getting
I
angry uh is a surprising thing. It's a different thing for you.
well,
Maybe not at all.
I do get angry.
Uh-huh.
But thing is, um, I just feel lucky. I know that this might come up so that I can prepare myself consciously
Mm-hmm.
to be ready to respond instead of just do whatever with my emotions, whatever, whenever they come.
Mm-hmm. But allowing them.
And then when people are angry, right? Just how do you respond to that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And well, sometimes like that card was describing some of the battles we might need to use our anger to support like an injustice or,
Hmm.
you know, actually
To make it
move
better.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think move forward is what I meant to say. Did I say move food?
Well, we might have to move food too. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Mhm. I definitely know for myself the battle has been within and trying to figure out how to bring myself out. Like, be with my anger. But I'm really curious
Mhm.
to see how this unfolds and then the birthing of a new age. And so let me show you the card deck. This is the card deck by Rebecca Campbell.
Work with light.
Yeah. Work your light.
Work your light.
I love this deck. Yeah, kind of, we know the old has to go and we know it's going and we're very aware of that. And so really thinking like, what do we want to bring in? Like I've noticed with COVID, because for me, it's not working. So I'm so I feel so isolated in the sense that I'm not interacting with a whole bunch of people. So
Yeah.
I'm
Or
not,
people don't want to get close to you physically.
yeah.
I'm talking about myself. Sorry.
Didn't like to get close to me.
Because I do want to be close to you, but I feel I can't.
Fair enough. Um, the I'm realizing like I'm more aware of myself. Like I'm not I'm not comparing myself to the people around me because there's less people around me. I'm not
Mm,
I have less people to judge and be critical of, and if I am, then I'm much more aware of it. Like so all
mm,
my interactions and everything that comes up for me is so clearly mine, not just the world imposing it. It's like
mm,
clearly
mhm.
mine. So I feel like I'm changing as a result of it, but I don't know what that's going to look like when I start working again, or if I start working again, or what that's going to look like. Like, I have no clue. But something new has got to happen. Like, something has to change. I just don't know what that's going to look like. But I'm excited to keep exploring. And I feel like that's exactly like we continue coming into ourselves by the experiences we're having, right? And we know we're letting go of a whole bunch. So, yeah. How about you? Do you know what you're birthing?
Am I birthing?
Yeah.
I am not sure. I feel like I will know soon,
Mhm. I
but
totally get
I don't really know right now.
it. Mhm. Lee Harris talked about things happening quickly this September. Like some things are going to happen and they're going to
Mm,
happen quickly and it'll be surprising for, well,
yeah.
whoever's experiencing it, obviously. And I imagine if we're witnessing something, we'll be surprised as well. So I'm interested to see what that is. And then a lot of
Yeah.
downloading of vision was like an
Hmm.
image he used. That's why I remember it. And I'm just like, yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, and he said some people, depending on what their astrological charts are, will have like big surprises all of a sudden. But some other people will have like regular little surprises during the day, during this month.
Big surprise. Big
But
surprise.
we will have surprises. We like surprises.
Yeah,
I know that there's people don't like surprises, but I think you can handle it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can handle whatever comes up. My first reaction might not be so great, but depending what it is.
Because sometimes it looks like it's something that is not beneficial for you, right?
Exactly.
And then you realize why is it beneficial? And it's usually always beneficial at the
Mhm.
end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it will be exciting. And then October will come in November, which I don't know what will happen then. And December, when people will be trying to be free. And that's exciting too. I want to see how that uh, progresses. And then next year, it will be like almost trying to rearrange everything, right?
Well, I feel like there's this energy because of the States, and I know we're so close to the States, right? So we're impacted a lot more than other countries. Um, or we're impacted more by the States than we are from other countries, even. Um, so like that energy that they have, it's so freaking toxic. Something's going to shift and it'll be really interesting, the fallout of it. But we're already 6 months into like COVID lockdown time. we're it's like we're 6 months in, so a year like isn't going to be that far away once we hit January. And
Mm-hmm.
then this, what we never wanted to be normal, is going to continue to,
Stay normal.
yeah. Or, well, things are going to change as well, right? But like there
Yeah.
will be a deeper unfolding of what's happening. Because like we see all the surface
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but all the underneath stuff is all percolating and shifting, and we don't see it all, but we know it's happening, and then eventually they'll go,
Yeah. But what I really like these days, I don't know if you've noticed, but um, you have maybe less people around you, but those people around you are getting closer to you. Do you feel that way? And maybe I saw this app. I actually didn't see it, but we received a letter from Hawkwood. Well, I live in that community, and they have suggested everyone in the community to use this app. So you can see where people live and who lives where, so that if something happens, you can help them and you can ask for help
oh,
and help each other.
that's so nice.
And yeah, I know another community in down south in Calgary that have something like this, and it has been working really well.
Cool.
So you don't know those people, but you feel supported and you can support each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
I
can
would like
paste
that for
that
my community.
information there.
Pardon?
Yeah, it's an app from the States and anybody can use it.
Oh, you'll have to tell me what app that is. That's really cool. And
Yeah,
we
I
can share it with
can.
everybody else who don't know about it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Because, yeah, like I don't think of my community necessarily needing lots of help because but there's a lot of people even like myself that are working or not working. Um, things aren't always easy, but um, we've been having, I don't know how the rest of the world is experiencing this, but we're having a lot. I don't know if you know this, Marielle, but we're having a lot more gang violence. And over somewhere, I don't think it's necessarily in my community, but it might be, or if it's downtown, because the sound, because of the valley, it just vibrates or travels. The sound travels. But in this past month, there's been two big shootings, and like people are driving and shooting at each other and shit. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and so it happened one
Were
night.
you listening to that sound? Oh, so
Yeah,
it happened around your house. You could hear it.
well, yeah, so it sounded like it was down by Memorial, down the road, like down the hill.
Hmm.
And all I hear is like bang, 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 bang. And then you hear a different bang, bang, bang. And then you hear a car driving really fast. And then you hear more bang, bang, bang. And you like, and then the banging is moving along Memorial. And I'm like, or into the downtown, I don't know, but you hear it fading away and moving. And I was like, holy shit, like, what the fuck was that? Oh,
And that's not normal in Calgary. Like for
no.
people that are not from here, like this was, or I want to decree is a safe place. This
Oh,
is a safe place, and there's usually no gang activity. And
well,
if
it
there's
is.
any, it's like really little, like compared to other places,
Oh, yeah.
it's very peaceful.
Yeah, so this is new for us, but they're not even reporting on it because then this
No, they are
weekend,
not on the news.
this weekend in the afternoon, the same thing happened. And I was like, and it sounded like it went down the hill, like, because it was louder and then it went away and then it turned. And again, shooting, the shooting was moving. And I'm like, what the hell? And then it was moving and there was shooting and then loud cars, like, and I'm just like, wow, like what is happening? And then there was a whole bunch. That first time I don't remember hearing police, and I don't remember hearing the helicopter, like our Hawks
Hmm.
helicopter, but the Hawks helicopter was bam on it and just like crazy
Oh,
around, like not right here but over there. And then a whole bunch of police we started hearing. So I'm like, like how is this stuff not reported? I mean, it's reported clearly to the police, but I don't know what's going on.
not on the news.
Yeah. And so the fact when people feel like they don't have power, when people don't have access to resources, people look for a place of belonging and strength, and gangs is a great place to find that. And it's like, ah! We're just like in the time where this is just so easily possible. Anyway.
Yeah, but we're going to clear that energy.
And it's Mars. We got Mars Aries stuff.
I know.
So maybe we're just gonna like.
If you know Reiki, all these. We're
Send
just
love
going to imagine there's only peace in this world.
Well, we don't have to imagine that there's only peace. We can give more energy to the peace that's already here. We can amplify what is positive, and because we'll always need to have a balance. But we can.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend, or someone I know. She's not really a friend, she's an acquaintance. And she works sometimes at the 911. What is it called? The call center? Yeah. And so she says that usually, like, things don't go on the news, and we have no idea what's happening, but they are working like really a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
so interesting.
Yeah, sometimes I prefer not to know, but at the same time, like, I feel, if you're ignorant, then you can be vulnerable, and I prefer to know.
Well, if you're ignorant, like, it's better to know, because, like, say, for example, me and Mariella work in the social service industry, right? And so many people just don't believe that domestic violence is a thing. So many people don't think that
That's
abuse is
right.
a thing. And so many people think that, we have such great systems here and we have such ease of access to things compared to other places, yes. But we see the reality all the time that there are growing populations of people needing more support. And so because we're not ignorant to it, we can have way more compassion for other people and way more understanding to the complexities. We can make better choices when we're, say, voting or making those kinds of decisions. But people, if they're ignorant to it, then they're going to be like, well, it's not happening. It doesn't affect me. I don't have to. But it's like, no, we should all really be aware of it. And be really grateful that we're so far removed from it. Because,
Yeah.
and I think that one thing that maybe COVID's doing, though, is like bringing us a bit more into awareness, maybe, or maybe it's making us more unaware. Maybe it's polarizing those two things too.
Yeah, I feel like there's people that are actually not listening to news anymore, and they are in this blissful peace because they don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's other people on the other extreme that are getting so much information because technology and communication is going so fast.
Mm-hmm.
We get so much. And there's people that really want to change what is not working.
Mm-hmm.
And the others are like just peacefully there.
Well, I don't watch the news, but
Sorry. You don't watch the news at all?
No, I just see what pops up in my social media feed or in my Apple News.
Yeah.
But I'll only investigate things further if it's, like, I checked the other day to see what the COVID count was, and nothing's really changing, right? Everything's kind of the same. I'm very aware of what's going on politically in Alberta and all of the laws and policies that are being changed and not being challenged because of it being an emergency state.
Oh, really? So how do you keep yourself informed? Like with your feed?
Yeah.
Like Instagram and Facebook?
It's about who you follow, what information you get. So like, so I do follow the Alberta Union here in Alberta. And so, of course, and another thing here for Alberta. And so I get all that information and it's just crazy. So like I'm aware of things, and when I really am surprised or questioning something or intrigued, I'll do more research on my own instead of like I don't just let social media tell me what is true, because I know most of it is a lie because it's just one view of one story. So I'll always investigate things further. But yeah, that's where I get my information. But I know COVID is COVID. I know what's going on there. I'm aware of the craziness going on in the States. Um, yeah, so probably social media. Where do you get your news from? Do you watch the news?
I am mostly Milton with my husband.
Mhm.
Informs me of what's going on when he needs to vent, right? Mariella, you know what's happening with blah blah blah. And then he tells me about it. So that's the way I know things mostly.
Mhm.
Recently I haven't seen any, Facebook, Instagram, or anything like that. I feel it's like too stressful for me. And my daughter and our roommate, who
Mm.
is my daughter's age almost, they're into broadcasting and media. So usually conversations around the table at dinner time or around the house are things that one noticed, one person knew about something from somebody.
That's cool.
And so that's how I know.
Mhm.
Or a friend tells me.
Mhm.
I usually follow all the, like, my passion is, the some of the astrology and what's happening in the world in terms of wind, temperature,
Mm.
earthquakes, and all that stuff. So I have some apps related to that. That's it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I imagine we're all like around the world, we're all getting different information based on where we're getting
Yeah,
it from, based on what our interests and beliefs are.
yeah,
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just different.
yeah.
But then there's a whole group of people who just get it from one, like people like my parents, CNN, global news.
Uh, I think it's the generation there.
Yeah. Because I'm just like, yeah, but did you look into that anymore? Like, did you like research that claim? Or like, Dad, that's America, not Canada. Like, so you have to be aware we are different and what's happening is different. It's the same. It's not the same, Dad.
Yeah, and I just feel like some people are relating to what's happening because you see the
Yeah.
news and then you feel those emotions, right? You want to associate with the group that it's fighting for your own beliefs. And
Mm.
yeah,
But I think we have to always question our own beliefs, right?
yeah.
Because our beliefs come from our conditioning, our experience, which mine is very different from yours, right? Like
Hmm.
literally, you were raised in a different country. You lived in the States for a while, went to school there. Like you're married and have a child, and I'm a single person born here. Like we have very different, even
And we
though,
have traveled around the world, but we haven't stayed there.
exactly, yeah. So we have different experiences, yet here we are together. We come together on our similarities and appreciate our differences. Um,
That's a really cool coincidence, right?
uh-huh, exactly. So yeah, but if everybody around the world was just able to like look a little bit more, like question, allow their beliefs to be questioned, make
Hmm.
a big difference. Because yeah, it's just based on our experience. It doesn't mean it's true or right or better,
No, yeah.
which is hard for me because I see the lens like and maybe you might get this way, I hope not, but like I see the lens poverty. I see through a lens of poverty, or I see all the unhealthy societal things. Like I see the addiction, I see this, I see this,
Yeah.
I see that so clearly. And that's exactly where my mind goes from my work experience, personal experience, whatever. But that's exactly where I go into like that social worker lens. But someone who's like an accountant who, whatever, it might have a different lens because their interests and experience is different. So I hope you don't have just a social worker lens.
No, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
But then we come together around our beliefs and our interests and our path to finding like wholeness or awareness or awakening or spirituality.
I remember now.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're feeling, because when you're seeing all the abuse and injustice, then you feel like really sad and angry.
Yeah.
How do you
Yes, it's a
make
help.
yourself feel better?
I'm still working on that. Honestly, I am.
Do you have like a go-to thing that you do to make yourself better right away?
Gratitude, I think is
That works for you.
Like, I think about when I'd go and see a family who had no capacity to get extra food, or they could barely afford diapers or formula and things like that. But I was able to literally go to the store and I could buy whatever I wanted, like with ease. I could get into my car. I could drive there. I would not be judged. I had access to income. And that was perfectly normal. I could go and buy expensive fruit if I wanted, right? And yeah, so I always would try and have gratitude. Otherwise, like gratitude for what I have instead of guilt for what I have, because that I think is the hard part. Is I'm like, why do I have more than others? Why are other people like that? So I think gratitude is the top one. But music is the biggest shifter, or like Lily is trying to change perspective. So, or like redirect the thoughts. So like we used to remember Pono Pono Pono.
I was thinking about that.
Listening to that or some
Ho'oponopono. Yeah, because when you bless something else, then you're blessing yourself and everything gets blessed.
Exactly.
And things change.
Yeah, exactly. And I need to cultivate a stronger loving kindness practice. So it's kind of like giving Reiki to everybody is really
what? You're not loving? You're not kind?
I am. But like in Buddhism, I believe it's like Theravada Buddhism, like they're all about loving kindness. And you can literally be in like this pure state of loving compassion, like 24/7. But it's something you actually have to cultivate, because it's really easy for all of those things to like stick to you. And yeah, but it's hard to not feel guilty for being in a better place. But I wonder if the people who are in a much better place than me are feeling guilty. I don't think so.
Not everybody, but some of them don't.
Yeah. But
Don't worry about it.
How do you switch your mindset? Say I don't know if you have had a bad visit or a stressful visit or a hard.
Well, if it's really, really intense, I will cry it out first. So, because I'm feeling the emotions, like, what do you do?
100%, yeah.
And I am not like a type of person that gets angry, but I am a type of person that feels sad. And I will have to just cry and cry and cry and cry, and then just get over it. And then later I have like some tools that really work for me. it doesn't work right away, use like all the time, but it usually works after a while. So
Was
I
it
will
hard?
do the Oponopono
Uh-huh.
and thinking that, um, you know, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm doing that to myself. And I always remember in my head, I believe this is all an illusion. Right, Alex?
Yeah, and it is.
My mind is projecting this. There is something I need to clear in myself that is reflected in what I see. So I do a Ponopono. I have no clue what it is or why or how until I feel better. And if I'm not feeling better yet, then I will have to do something to change my frequency first and go back to it.
Hmm.
Like just have a bath with, I like baking soda because it neutralizes, it's that alkalinizes the body, and or bubbles, and have a walk, listening to my videos, uh, listening to what's his name, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks
Mm-hmm.
of Attraction, uh, because then I start like remembering the better I feel, better things I will attract. But all of these things you forget, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you are, like when Alex was saying, when you see a family that has nothing and they have really hard time finding a job, there's something like blockages and barriers, you feel like you can't do a thing and you have no control over it. And it's not your life, so you cannot make those people do what you think is right. Then I have to step back and like, okay, somehow I'm reflecting this, and it's like it's not maybe, it's about myself actually. I just have to change the belief, and eventually this image outside is going to change as well. So breathe in,
Yeah.
breathe out, be patient.
Yeah. I like how you started by saying that you try and like if something doesn't work, then you realize you have to start by changing your frequency. Because a lot of people think like, oh, if I'm not, like, we'll just use this because we're talking about Ho'oponopono. Like it's not working, and it's like, yeah, but then what state are we actually in, right? So like, how can we like kind of find our way back to center a little bit, and then utilize the tool to support us in a better state or in a healing of some kind. And then I also really liked how you talked about, oh, I'm going to change your wording a little bit, is what I'm going to do. And this is just my own learning that I've been learning, slash,
Uh-huh.
it's not my reality yet. Because the suffering, from my awareness,
Mhm,
in my
mhm,
perspective, is always going to be there. Like there's going to be people in poverty
mhm,
for quite a long time. And like that's just the example I'll use. And but my pain towards seeing it will change. So that won't change. But how I see it is going to change, which means how I interact with it is going to change. When I'm
mhm,
feeling helpless, I'm not empowering those people. Like I'm doing my best to do that. But when I'm feeling helpless or hopeless, I'm feeling how they're feeling, right? I'm probably feeling how they're feeling. And I'm just, you know, causing it to be more. But when we can use that idea of law of attraction, not that it's going to make that situation change, which, you know, it could, but we will see it differently. We will literally see,
mhm,
like, we can look at the same family who, you know, usually brings up one set of feelings. And when we look at them through the next lens, we'll still
mhm,
see it, but it's going to look very different because
Yeah,
our vision is different.
that's right.
See, I always thought it was, oh, we're just going to make it go away. We're going to make the poverty go away, which I just, not that I want that so much, but I also think that there's a special design to our world of some kind. I don't know. And if we don't see it, we can't change it, right? And so, but how we see it can change. And that will also help change the situation, because then there'll be more people who are empowered. But I always thought it was like, oh, no, everybody will be fine. Everything will be okay. And to me, I'm just like, no, no, we live in the real world. This is a concrete body. Concrete.
But I still believe we can change it. There will be no poverty in this world after all this kerfuffle that's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Yeah, I don't know when either. It will
But
be.
it will happen.
I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime. I wish it was. I'd love to.
Going to happen in mine.
Yeah. All right. That would be really cool. I would be behind that 100%.
Abby?
What?
Abby? We have a big bee. I don't know what you said. Sorry. A big bee behind it? What behind it?
I would be behind it.
Oh, you would be behind it. Okay, great.
Like, if this is the reality, I'm here pushing it forward. Let's do that.
Got it.
End it.
Okay, I'm running out of batteries. So just want to take one more card to close.
Okay.
And so that we leave with something. Get a card too.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of what card.
I'm just using another blessing for now on. There.
A blessing on the senses. Oh, that gift the world to you. Oh.
A blessing on the senses that give the world to you. Oh, and you see, there's a bee with some honey.
Exactly.
And we were talking about bee because you will be behind it.
Look what card I got.
You see, we're going to get rid of poverty.
Let's do it. Do it. Let's change this world.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what it says in here. A blessing to assist you in making the most of all your senses and in appreciating them and thus enhancing their beauty within your life.
Mm.
That's like an interesting card, don't you think? Just like a blessing on your senses that you can feel and taste and smell.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that saying you should be out stopping to smell the roses on the way in your life, like enjoy the journey.
Mm-hmm. Or
What do
having
you get from it?
gratitude. I was thinking of the idea of like the gratitude for those, for literally the smallest, like we take for granted, like our capacity to smell and taste. I had COVID and I could not smell or taste for a long time. So we take that for granted, and really appreciating literally our senses and our being, like this body. So I got that from it.
Yeah, and now we can also start feeling more of the earth. It feels like, these changes are making us feel closer to nature somehow.
Mm-hmm. I think there's like, well, from my feeling, it's a slowing down that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have as many distractions. So and we can connect outside. Like it's safe to connect outside. So we spend a lot of time outside, and yeah. So I feel like that's totally true. And we're currently in Virgo, which is very earthy, an earthy feeling sign.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we are connected more to nature as well. I hope that's
Yeah.
the case for everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, with COVID, I think, yeah, we're less consumist because we can't consume as much.
I know, less money and less ability in our world, actually. Totally.
Not using cars so much.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen how many bicycles have been sold during this time?
No, I didn't. But
Yeah, like crazy.
that's cool. And then winter will come and we'll see what happens.
Well, there's people that do it in the winter as well.
That's crazy. They're crazy. But our city's building huge bike lanes, like way more bike lanes, to try and support that. So that's kind of cool. Well, there's less traffic downtown because of COVID. They're building more.
That's right.
My yoga studio. My free parking has been taken by it.
Oh.
That's okay. The earth.
But abundance is here, Alex.
Exactly.
There's a reason why. And we're becoming leaders. So we're just being born.
Yeah. Yeah. Birthing the new age.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you. We hope you're well. Many blessings on your journey of being birthed, fighting your battles, and use those senses to ground and connect.
Thank you for being with us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.